Welcome back to Today we are going to upgrade my old Paludarium because I have it like a year at this moment, and well, it was my first build ever, and although I love it, it needs a little bit of a change. Well, let's say a makeover. I have to put some new ground in it, and well, new plants, maybe a vein or something. I will keep the waterfall in, but yeah, besides that, yeah, I will just upgrade it. Let's just see how it goes. I have no idea what I want, but let's just go with the flow, yo. Let's just go with the flow, yo. Yo, yo. Oh, by the way, I got a new bird. Check this out. Yeah. It's Sage. Say hello, Sage. Say hello. She's a little bit scared. Oh, come here. Oh, this is my pink. Well, you know. Yeah. Come here. Alright. Yeah. She doesn't like the camera also. Sage, say hello. Oh, it's hard like this. It's hard. Well, anyway. Let's just make the Paludarium
great again.
And I will talk you through the process on how I build it. Well, let's just see how it goes. See you there.
Alright then, this is actually the end of the video, but I will, well, put it before the end, I guess. Anyway, first I got my red-eyed tree frog out, which is housing in here. She is now over here, if you can see it on camera, I don't know. Yeah, you can see it. Well, I did that first, and after that... Oh, this is so exciting. This is so exciting. I have no idea what to say. I have to put my text together. Be right back. Alright then, that didn't work out. Let's just try it, shall we? Shh. So, like I said, first I took my red-eyed tree frog out and placed her in a temporary enclosure. I sprayed it and placed it in my bedroom so she would not be disturbed. She never woke up the whole process. After that, I started taking the first plants out. The coconut you see here was meant for my Azuraeus frogs when they were housed in this enclosure. Now that they had a new home, it was unnecessary to keep it in. But what I found beneath it, I did not expect. It was an earthworm called Jim. It meant that my substrate was still good and I could reuse it afterwards. Now it was time to take out the log. I was satisfied that I never found it into the background. This way I could take it out without destroying anything. The rest of the plants followed and I felt happy when I was halfway through. Keep in mind that I never took out the water and its animals, so I had to do everything very careful. I did not want the substrate to get into the water. But taking out the plants wasn't the hardest part of the process. No, it was the substrate that woke the man inside me.
Fuck your ribbons and your pearls, cause I'm not just a pretty girl. I'm more than just a picture. I'm a daughter and a sister. Sometimes it's hard for me to show that I'm more than just a rumor or a song on your computer. There's more to me than people know.
Anyway, I found out that the bottom layer of the substrate was beneath the water level all year long. It was soaked wet, so I threw that part away. The layer on top had a lot of brown isopods and earthworms in it, so I used it later. I decided to take a quarter of the water out so it would never again come in contact with the substrate. Now I added some big rocks at the left side of the water part. I did my best to scare the shrimps away so I would not crush them. Fun fact though, sometimes I hear a splash in the evening and when I look in the Paludarium I see my red-eyed tree frog coming out with a shrimp in his mouth. So she is hunting them and keeps the population under control. Shh, it's my bird. Anyway, after that I added some java moss, damn it, I added some Java moss so it could cover most of the rocks in the future. Quibi. Shh. I added some extra clay balls as a drainage layer and put the netting on top. After that, I put the log back in. In the old setup, it pushed against the window, so this time I had to make sure it would fit perfectly. To make it stable, I added stones to the side. Now it was time for the substrate. Like I said before, I would reuse the old, but I mixed it with some sphagnum moss, leaf litter, charcoal and bark. Now the substrate was a lot better and the old residents had their home back. It was time for the decoration. In the past I had made fake veins. Although they looked nice, I bought some real ones a few days ago. So I took the old ones out and decided where I wanted the new one. When I figured it out, I sewed it in the right size and put it in. From now on it was just experimenting with the plants. I tried some things out, but I did not have enough room for most of it. I was sure that I wanted this plant back in, for my red-eyed tree frog was mostly sleeping on its leaves. After that, I added some new bromeliads to the bag. When this was done, I added the other half of the vein to the top front. It created some extra depth and some plants have to grow over it in the future. Now it was time to give the paludarium a finishing touch. I added the last part of the vein, planted some cuttings from a ficus and put it back in the fern. Next, the water part also needed an upgrade. I put it in some extra Java moss to the fake rock and bought some floating plants. I got these from a garden center and are meant for outside ponds, so I don't know if they will survive, but we will see. Last but not least, I expanded the family of the cleanup crew. I added white isopods and springtails and gave them extra hiding spots with these leaves. After watching hours and hours full of satisfaction to the new setup, I introduced Frogger to a new home. She did not care at all.
And we're done! So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, do give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for some more videos. And I will see you guys next time. Foamy Lizards out.